So we started SEAF in 1989. Tom Gibson was a program officer at CARE. I was a lawyer, and I had done a lot of debt interest swaps in the capital markets. What was happening in 1989, it was a huge amount of debt. The banks had lent too much to countries in the developing world, and many of these countries couldn't pay the money back very easily. What we were doing at CARE was taking some of those sovereign debts. They would be granted to CARE as a 501c3 organization. The banks could get a deduction. We would swap it into local currency, and we'd be doing projects that CARE cared about, whether women in agriculture or soil erosion in Ecuador. And Tom and I were saying, well, what was really missing in these countries was equity, growth. We saw that small, medium enterprises provided the most jobs in most countries. Why not in these countries? And all we saw really were banks, rich families. There were big projects from the World Bank for hydroelectric dams and for hotels, but not for the entrepreneurs, the people who did the ordinary work, who were really part of the value chain. So with so much debt, what we did is we negotiated a debt contribution from Bankers Trust in Costa Rica, and we're poised to do the first debt equity swap. We were helped in this by USAID and CARE. And we did our first target investment. It was a success. And then the Brady plan hit. There was no more sovereign debt available. We were really scratching our heads, wondering what to do when the Berlin Wall fell. And when the Berlin Wall fell, what we realized was there was a huge need in that transition. All these large state-owned enterprises making two left shoes and being in the middle of nowhere were all of a sudden out of business. So we found ourselves in Poland. And we were very lucky to be in Poland. The Polish people, the entrepreneurial spirit of that country was great. We began from there. We've never looked back. We've now gotten 38 funds, more than $1.2 billion under management. Our investor base has growing, and we've really been very grateful for people sharing our vision, which is that development, sustainable development, is only possible through entrepreneurs, local entrepreneurs, who understand the local market, who understand the context of the needs of the people, and who are able to work to provide products and services that people really need in those places. That's been our secret for growth.